Celeste Cuffey here of Life Empowered Consulting Services, where our mission is to reach, empower, and motivate others to access and utilize their God-given talents and skills, building better families, companies, and communities worldwide. Thank you so much for joining me on today for these few moments of living life empowered. I must say that there are so many great things happening, not only in my life, but in the lives of people around me, that I wanted to just take a moment to pause and to celebrate. Sometimes we have to take a moment to take in everything that's happening, good and bad. And sometimes we don't even need to assign an emotion to it, but we just need to take it all in and embrace it for what it is. Take the lessons in terms of, for example, I should say, I've heard people say you chew up the meat and spit out the bones. And sometimes even in life's experiences, we have to do that very same thing. Take all the great things that we can take out of it. Take all the lessons, take all the flavoring, take all the experiences, all the things that will make us better. Let's take all of that and let's just throw out the rest. The things that don't edify us, the things that don't make us better, the things that don't help us pursue our purpose and live out our purpose, then those things we can just simply disregard. But on today, I wanted to, take that moment to pause, to celebrate you. But let's do another thing. I want you to do something on today. Take a moment and take your hand and pat your own self on the back. Encourage yourself. Take both of your arms and hug you. Give yourself a warm embrace to say, keep going. It's going to be all right. I wanted to just take a moment and encourage you and remind you of that on today. In the midst of all the great news that I've also gotten some not so great news, but that's okay because I've encouraged myself and I've embraced myself and I've told myself that everything will be all right. And guess what? As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And so because I think everything is going to be okay, because I believe everything is going to be okay, everything will be okay. Now, I did want to share something else with you on today. I came across a quote from our very own Les Brown, and I'm going to paraphrase it. But basically what he says is the richest place in the world is the graveyard. The richest place in the world is the graveyard, because it is there in the graveyard you will find dreams that were never realized, books that were never written, businesses that were never started. You will see all the things that died with the individual or individuals that passed on. And so there in the graveyard is the place with the most amount of potential, and that is the richest place on earth. Now that's something definitely to think about, wouldn't you say? And as I'm encouraging you with all of the great things that's happening and with all of the not so great things that's happening, I want you to be sure that your dreams are not buried. I want you to make sure that your books are realized, they are published. I want you to make sure that you realize that every business that you have in you to start it up. Don't let it die. And if you must bury something, if you must bury your dream, if you must bury your book, if you must bury your business, please don't bury it. Put it in the water. Put it under the ground. Pour the water on it. Plant it and allow it to grow in its timing. Sometimes we bury things when they should be planted, and we plant things that we should be burying. So take a moment and think about the things that you've allowed to die. Think about the things that you have buried. Should they really be buried, or should they just be planted? And vice versa. Think about the things that you've planted. Think about the hurt that you've planted. Think about the pain that you've planted. Think about the agony, the dissatisfaction, the discouragement of yourself that you've planted. And for whatever reason, you've also decided to water it. and it is growing. But should it be? I think not. And so on today, in our few moments of living life empowered, I just need you to let the things that should die, die, and the things that should live, live. And only you can make that determination. So on today, what is the life empowered moment? Let the things that are supposed to die, die, and the things that are supposed to live, let those things live. Once again, this is Celeste Coffee. I thank you for your time, and please remember to live life empowered. Take care. Goodbye.